Morning guys, how are we doing? I've got a game to share that I played last night on my phone. It's the first night in ages. I mean, normally I'm going to sleep like 9 o'clock-ish and straight to sleep. Last night I was up till 3 in the morning. Full of energy, don't know what's going on. Anyway, played a few games, up to 1487 again. This is a really interesting one because I thought this was a super game. I thought this was really good and I was really proud of it. And the fish took a different view. So why don't we just go through it together and then we'll have a quick look at the review and see who's right. Okay. So opponent is Sajad's 13 from Iraq. And starts with e4, and we find ourselves with an Italian, so I play the Russo Gambit. Okay. Accepted. Push. Retreat. Now I normally play knight f6. And we have something unusual. They are setting up for a queenside fianchetto against the Russo Gambit accepted. I don't know if I've ever seen this. So I just plough ahead as normal. Pawn d5 with tempo, and now the bishop can't retreat that way. So he's got 3 squares where he's going to go. We all know where he's going to go. Goes to b5. Now I snatch the pawn back. Okay, so far so normal, black's fine. Okay, there goes the bishop. I bring out my bishop now. So I was toying between these two. Now I haven't gone over this game again. I literally sent myself a message saying, go over that one. And so this is like my first time seeing it after playing it. So yeah, bishop could come to either of these 2 squares. There's a case for putting it on there looking at g1. There's a case for putting it there looking at h2. We have d3 from white, which I ignore, and I short castle. Right, didn't want to go long because this bishop can damage my pawns at any time, leaving my king vulnerable on this diagonal. And although the bishop is looking down towards me, it's actually missing. And this is not too much of a threat right now because the rook defends the knight. Alright, so black's better here. In comes the knight. Now I decide to kick the bishop. So it's really only got 2 options. Either takes the knight or it retreats, and he takes the knight. Right, now I've got the bishop pair and both of the bishops are looking down towards white's kingside. Yes, this one is hitting the side of the barn a little bit. And now because of my advanced pawn on e4, we have knight ge7, knight ge2, apologies. And here I decide to trade off in the middle. Why? Well, their king is still in the middle. I could, I mean, I've got 3 defenders on this pawn, so I could have used this move to do some development. But I decide to take, because the other thing is I realise the queen can't take, so I've got a battery with a bishop. So it's got to be c takes, and that is going to give him an isolated queen's pawn. And there we go, IQP. Black is better. Now the bishop retreats. A couple of reasons. One, it's in everybody's way on the f-file, right? And I want to open up this rook. The other one is this pawn was undefended. So I figured I'm doing 2 useful things in one move. Retreat. Never be afraid to retreat if you think it's the right thing. White castles, and now I go in with my knight. Now, am I expecting to win material here or no? What I'm wanting to do is to cause some damage. So it's either going to be like g3 or it's going to be knight g3 to block. We have knight g3. Now queen e8. Now black's advantage has gone down a little bit because I've got the eval going on. I think my idea here is just to bring the queen up here. But if I was going to do that, why didn't I do that? Maybe I want to come here, maybe this, put pressure on f2. Not quite sure what I was thinking there. Now we have h3 from white. White blinks. The knight retreats. Now we have us a hook here. All right. The other knight comes around to e2, so that's knight c e2, defending the first knight. But still my bishops are looking great. This bishop's now sprung out to life. And here I decide to push up. And the reason is I really want to get in the move d4. I figure if I can get in the move d4 and shut this bishop down, happy days. Because the other thing is it'll give this bishop the c5 square. And then, rather than hitting the walls here, we're looking at some proper targets. So I'm thinking here, I don't want my opponent, but in fact, if my opponent gets in the move d4 as well, I guess they threaten to take, and that keeps the bishop alive. So yeah, I don't want them to play d4. And they don't. Pushes queen d2, so immediately d4. And here, it's gone back to almost equal. So it'll be interesting to see what I did wrong here, because I am actually executing plans. And feeling pretty good as well. Okay, we have bishop c1. I'm like, what's the idea? Again, you're hitting the sides. I'm not scared of this at all. So now what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to kind of capitalize, if we can, on the fact that we've got two good bishops. We've got a rook looking down there. We've got a knight ready to join in. We've got a queen ready to join in. What do we do? Bishop c6, the move I already mentioned. Right, we're targeting the f2 pawn. Knight now comes in, and I ignore it because my bishop really only has two squares here. It could have gone here, but I figure it's okay. Yeah, that is an important defensive knight here on g3. So I reckon if you want to swap it off, you can swap it off. Also, I do have dark squared pawns here. So this bishop maybe is surplus to requirements. He trades off. I take back with a pawn. Now I have this pawn structure in the middle, but that's fine because my bishop can shoot straight through that. And it's still -1 for black. Okay, the other knight now steps into g3 to take the place of its friend. And now we have queen g6. Just lining everything up towards my opponent, towards his soft and dangly bits. Notice I do actually have the square f4 for my knight because it's queen first, then bishop. So if I go there, queen takes, rook takes, white gets a rook and a knight for a queen, which isn't really worth it. It's not the end of the world, but it's not worth it. But then he decides to move his bishop back there. This is a move that completely baffled me. This one I don't get. Because he's now put his bishop behind my structure. And, am I going to want to move these pawns? No. Right? Can he damage it? Not really. Right? b4, I let him take, I take back. Maybe his bishop then comes here. But this feels like a waste of a tempo, really. So now rook f7, and I'm, again, wanting to bring in the rest of my material. I have rook a, e1, and now I come into f4 with the knight. Wanting to mix things up. Might have ideas of taking there, might have ideas of taking there at some point, right? And he moves his rook back there. Again, that's just fiddling with your trousers, isn't it, really? Okay, and here I notice, in fact, I've got a couple of things. With this knight here, I've now got two attackers on g2. Also got two attackers here. Oh, that's the reason for this rook move. Get it? Okay. So he's worried about this, but he missed this one. So I decided here to take with the bishop, which is the better move. It's also saying rook a f8. It's fine. Equal. That hits the rook with tempo. Rook moves away. Right, now what? Free pawn. But I don't take it. I hit this rook instead. Which, it's saying bishop c6. Saying withdraw the bishop all the way back here is fine. The second move is bishop f3. It doesn't have taken the pawn. Okay? So I hit this. We now again, notice, have two attackers on d3. And this rook's going to have to do one, isn't it? But the king moves, right? So here I'm also threatening to take on h3 with check, right? Pretty dangerous. So the king now moves and comes in. I now decide to contest the knight. Can the knight take? No, because it's mate. It's queen g2. Rook comes in. I take the other rook. Okay, takes back, -7 here, and now I just trade off. And it's simple, simple again. And this feels quite grown up to me, you know, this idea of lining up all your material. And look at that stupid bishop. Right? You try something with the queen, doesn't make any difference, and it's going to be mate in 2 from this point. So here the king has to go here or here. I'm going to capture here. I'm going to checkmate him. And that's it. Resigns. Game over. So place your bets. And what do you think? I mean, how would you rate that game? Because I finished that game and I thought that was a dominant mother-figging game. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that was good. But here's what the fish has got to say. 52-2 accuracy for white. Not good, my love, at all. 67 for yours truly. With 2 mistakes, 3 misses, but no blunders. Right? And if we scroll down to the guest at ELO, 1,000 and 1,300. Damn! You know? Yes, my opponent played badly. Right? But let's have a look. Let's go through. Because even the games where you think that was good, there's always something to learn. Right, inaccuracy, yes I know. Okay? And, you know, I do very well with the Russo accepted. That's the whole point of it, right? Back goes to the knight. And, yeah, I mean, the computer here says d5. But black has the tiny edge. No, it doesn't. White has the tiniest edge here, maybe. And this is a blunder. Because it allows d5, which is what comes. Wow, didn't realise it was a blunder. But like we say, it stopped the bishop from going backwards. Huh. Bishop goes there, obvs. Take that, obvs. Fianchettos. Pretty obvious, but... And now it's -3. So now this is practically a winning position for black. And let's see what happens. Best move, bishop d6. Like it, you know? Defending this. Looking down towards where the action is going to happen. Right? And this is something I'm trying to bring into my game, is this positional aspect. So, you know, if you ever wonder, well, what is positional chess? Here's my understanding of it. Positional chess means that you are improving your position with your moves. Right? It sounds really simplistic, but you are activating your pieces, right? You're pointing your pieces in the right direction, where you think, you know, shit's going to go down. Rather than just doing tactics, like, oh, if I put my knight there, it'll be a check, or I'll attack his queen moves away, but then he moves something else, and then your knight's in a stupid place, right? So from a positional perspective, white didn't play very well here. So this is my thing, you know. Craig and James in Chess Bootcamp Live, very strong on the positional side of things as well. It's got James to 2,000 now. So this is definitely something that I'm working on, right? So, you know, what's the bishop doing here? Well, nothing right now, but that's not the point. The point is, it's in a good place, right? Look, it's looking at squares in my opponent's half of the board. These 3, they're in my opponent's half of the board. These 2 are in my opponent's half of the board, right? I'm gaining control over the board. We have d3. Castle's best move. -3.4 now in black's favour. Brings out knight. Now I kick. Okay, best move. Yeah, half a pawn. Ignore. Okay, he trades. Take back. Still -3. Knight comes out to here. He's thinking, I should develop my knight. Where can I put it? I can't put it on f3 like I normally want to. Right? I can't really put it on h3 because he might take me. So I'll just stick it here. But what's he doing there? Right? In the previous move, this queen is looking at all these squares. Right? What's she looking at now? Not a lot. So, inaccuracy. Best move here for white. You are lying. Opening up the centre. Still -3. But this is worse. He's made his position worse here. Right? Now I open up the centre, which is best for me. Go figure. Okay, takes back with the pawn, gets an IQP. Obviously, he wasn't going to take back with the queen. And this is a mistake This drops me exactly 2 pawns of material. Good. Now we get to learn. Right, so what should I have done from this position? Forwards. Two attackers on here. Also, potentially 2 attackers on here. So here's the point, I didn't have to retreat the bishop at that point. But it felt like the right thing to do. I was just building up, the rumble of thunder comes, the big guns are coming out. Castles, not good, inaccurate. Castling is not always the right thing to do. Should have activated his queen. Okay. Then he's still in the game. But castles. And now I'm nearly -4 again. But, hold my beer, because in a couple of moves, and now I put my knight in there and the computer's happy. He doesn't like this. And here there's an opportunity to dish out some punishment. But I did not do it. I played Queen E8 and I questioned that when we went over the game. What should I have done? An immediate checkmate threat. Why not? Right? Forcing H3. Let's look at the moves. Oh no, you are joking. He has to give up his queen? So what if this? I've got 2 attackers on here. Oh, that's beautiful. So I take that. If rook takes, he's dead. Oh, rook takes, just take... Oh my god! What? That's really nice. You see, this is the difference, guys. If he does this, then all my pieces are bringing to bear, right? So with me playing this move, am I increasing the pressure in any way? Because he was ready to crack there. Right, that one is going in my collection of attacking ideas. Okay, H3 comes. And here again I could have taken, wow, show me that. What if he takes? Oh my god. This is removing the defender, right? It's simply a free pawn. There, there, there. Free pawn, opened everything up. I missed it, all right? So these are misses. These are opportunities to get a decisive advantage that you pass up. So there's me being all too grown up, and that was the moment, that was the moment to deliver a spanking. Anyway, so I retreat. Again, not the right move. Okay, we're learning here. Around comes the knight. He didn't like this. Wanted me to go in. Come on, pressure, 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 Hunty. It's saying, it's cheering me on from the sidelines. It's almost equal now. Almost equal. Was almost equal. That, I mean, you know, you argue it improves the queen's lines of sight. Computer saying you should have done that. Oh, he didn't like that. Again, queen g6. Putting more pressure. My queen's not doing a fat lot there. So when I'm thinking about positional play, I need to be thinking more about the most aggressive, the most pressuring positions for all my pieces. Bishop c1. Kind of a mare. Oh, he didn't like this either. Now it wants me to push a5 here. a5. Stopping this idea. Okay, so it's thinking that white's got some counterplay on the queen side. White wasn't thinking that. Okay, this is now a miss. Best move. Should not have done that. Oh, he should not have done that. There you go. And that's -2 again. So it felt like I had some good pressure, but I could have had some most excellent pressure, is the point. This is okay. You know, he's cowering here. He's hiding here. Not good there. Why knight in there? It's not a huge difference. But that's That is just dumb. That's a stupid move. He's just made his bishop worse. And he's left his queen undefended. Yes, he's connected his rooks. And that's another miss. Again, knight here. Okay, show me knight f4. Show me knight f4. Okay, and the moves go. Right, just targeting g2. Which does happen, of course. And then we get all that fishy business. Yeah, so yeah, it's this move. I found the move, but I didn't play it yet. Now I play it, and now it's good. But it would have been better here. If you look here, it's minus 5.7 if I play knight f4 first, right? Well, I don't do that. I do this, allowing him to bring his rook over, and now it's 3.7. It's 2 pawns different. The fact that I played a move later. And if you look at my that One Tough Indian game, you know, that is very much a theme of that game, is playing the right ideas at the right time, not a move too late. And here he just, yeah, kind of dicks about with his rook. He's kind of trying to defend that. What should he have played? Blocking the bishop's attack but giving up the exchange. Goodness. Okay. So I take that. That's excellent. This is the way to win a queen, apparently. Because he now has to give up his queen. He doesn't. He goes there. Excellent. Excellent. This is good. Ah, again, you see, just the threat of mate, man. I do have this tendency to come off the gas. I know that. I used to play badminton a lot. I actually used to enjoy playing badminton so much that I lacked sometimes the killer instinct to finish off a rally if I had the opportunity to like smash or something, because I enjoyed the play of it. I think a similar thing is going on here. Got sniffles as well today. Okay, so yeah, not the best move, not the most forcing. This is okay. Take the rook. This is okay, but it's -6 now. Okay, just finish doubling up the rooks. Threaten to take on f2 with a royal fork. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'll trade this and then I do that, which is still the best move. And no good. Okay, so lessons learned from that, right? Now I thought that was a better performance than 1300. I really did. I thought that was a 1600 performance. But you know, the fish has helped be my teacher today, and you know, show me. But here's the thing: so it's not just using the game review or the analysis to say, okay, what should I play? But what is it in my thought process that I could kind of dial up to 11 a little bit? And I think it's not just, yeah, not making passive positional moves, but the most active and aggressive positional moves. I think Simon Williams is a very good content creator for that side of things as well. He's very keen on that. So I thought that was interesting. Hope you did too. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.